Fierce fans, our second title fight of the evening is sponsored by the Pit Challenge. From the founder of Proving Grounds Invitational, the Pit Challenge is bringing pit-style grappling in a bracketed tournament to Utah on April 26th. Register now at smoothcomp.com to compete in the Pit Challenge. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome ZOMI Lian and then Christian Reis Jr. to the cage.
Longest layoff of his career back to Fierce is Sawm Lian. Jason, there's glimpses of greatness when he wrestles. It's led to both of his wins and could play a huge hand in this title fight.
Yeah, we've seen some really good things from Lian. I'm excited to see what he brings tonight. He's got a tough task in front of him.
Andrew, big gear shift to prep for tonight. Christian Reis with more wins than all of Sawm's previous opponents combined.
Yeah, Christian Reis is the real deal. I mentioned earlier that one of my jiu-jitsu coaches is Christian Reis is his dad's jiu-jitsu coach. I've heard about Christian Reis for years. Justin's told me for a long time how good this kid is, how talented he is. Lian's got a pretty big task ahead.
It's also his first walk in 5 months. Prior to that, was averaging a fight every 2 months from February to August of 2024. Jason, I'm interested to see if any of his attributes have magnified over those months.
Yeah, I'll be really curious to see how everything plays out, see what he's been working on, to see if it translates into the cage tonight.
Sawm Lian, a perfect 4 for 4 on takedowns in the 2 fights that we have footage of. Might see a little bit of a wrestling threat early on here as we await Christian Reis. First shot at a strap, here is Christian Ace Reis Jr. Andrew, a lot of hype surrounds him as he puts his undefeated record on the line. Historically brings an explosion of excitement when that bell rings.
Yeah, Christian is a lifelong martial artist. When I say that, I literally mean his entire life he has been training. He grew up on the mats. His dad owns a school. Christian now owns a school. Everything he does is towards martial arts. His entire life is geared around fighting.
Yeah, Jason, when he was born, before heading home, his dad had just signed a lease for his first gym in St. George. They stopped off to check out the new digs. So in some ways, he didn't even head home. He went straight to the gym.
Yeah, I think that's pretty impressive. And just looking at Christian tonight, he looks phenomenal. He looks in great shape. He's shredded. I saw a picture of him on Instagram when he used to be overweight. I don't know what the exact weight was, but let's just say he was severely overweight.
Well, he was
shredded.
He was
like
a
220 pounds.
He was a 240-pound linebacker. He was getting looked at by droves of schools all over the country. He ended up at Snow College, but he played for the Crimson Cliffs down there in St. George.
That's impressive. That is very impressive.
Christian Reis, an exceedingly speedy fighter, 3 consecutive first-round finishes, has not seen a second round since April of 2021. Christian Reis Jr. plays senior in this one at 24 years old. Also, the slight edge in height lies with the St. George fighter. Both sides eligible for this welterweight strap. A perfect 5-0 for Reis Jr. opposite a 2-2 record for Sawm Lian. Lots of questions set to become answers as we see a lot of traveling fans here pop for none other than Christian Reis Jr. We'll get you primed for this title bout with the man inside, Jackson Hooks.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by the Pit Challenge. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Dave Selyeset. This fight is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the Fierce Fighting Championship Amateur Welterweight title. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 2 losses. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing at 170 pounds. Fighting out of family boxing, hailing from Twin Falls, Idaho. Fierce fans, make some noise for Sawm, the Burmese Hammer, Lian. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding an undefeated amateur record of 5 wins and 0 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighing in at 168 pounds. fighting out of Fusion MMA, hailing from St. George, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Christian Ace Reis Jr.
Perfect up to this point is Christian Reis Jr. set to throw in the red gloves. ZOMI Lian counters in the blue. This amateur welterweight title bout is brought to you by the Pit Challenge, a new pit-style grappling tournament coming to Utah on April 26th. Register now at smoothcomp.com. The Pit Challenge, an official sponsor of Fierce FC. Cracking right down into it is Christian Reis. Sorry, fellas, had to get the ad read in.
I still can't catch my breath. Christian Reis is coming out swinging for the fences. Sawm getting his wits about him, and he's looking for that takedown.
Christian, very good jiu-jitsu game, very good grappling game. Sawm successful in his first takedown attempt, though.
Talked about it now. 5 for 5 in the data that we have on him. Christian Reis now getting creative with it, throwing up his triangle with his legs and hips suspended up in the air.
This is a very, very wise decision for Lian to get his fight.
He took a hard shot, dropped to a knee, and got that takedown. Very impressive for the young fighter.
On the scouting report for Sawm Lian, he smoothly settles into those spots when grappling. We saw a lot of it versus Calvin Taylor last April. Reis makes his way back up to the feet.
Christian looks like he's attacking something. I can't quite see what he's going for. Might be trying to take the arm out.
He's taking that arm out. He might have Kimura there.
Yep, that's...
Oh, trying to isolate, and in the process reverses the position.
It looked like Lian was going to tap.
How slick is Reis on the bottom there, just slapping submissions from everywhere.
He's doing great, but Lian is doing an amazing job of defending this onslaught. He's doing really good.
Just for some context, don't shoot the messenger, a brown belt in jiu-jitsu for Christian Reis, so I will say that as well. But part of the homework, and also shows the grappling abilities of him over the years.
Lian is doing a good job of staying out of trouble here, man.
He really is. I'm impressed with this kid. He's not letting the environment phase him at all.
No, Christian has thrown up some really good attacks, but Lian is one step ahead. The Kimura was close.
He's got Christian on his back.
And he has landed some shots, too. He's doing well. Have we seen Christian in a compromised position like this yet?
I can't think of a fight where I've seen him like this.
Unbeaten up to this point, 2 submission wins, 1 by KO or TKO, and 2 wins by decision. He's coming off back-to-back submission wins by armbar.
How impressive is Lian's wrestling to be holding Christian down like this?
It's very good. It's very, very good. And obviously a good jiu-jitsu game, too. Like, guys, measuring how good you are at defending attacks is, to me, one of the most important things about your jiu-jitsu game. Jiu-jitsu is designed to stay alive, and he's doing that.
Back up and swinging is Reis. Couple of permanent blows land. Late for the St. George fighter, and for the first time since April of 2021, Christian Reis sees a stool.
He may very well have lost that round.
He did land a hard shot. You could say he almost finished the fight. I don't know if Lian did enough while he was on top. He did hold the position. That's going to be a tough one to score.
Christian certainly did more damage, but the judges love it when you're on top throwing punches. They love it.
That's true.
In the corner of Christian Reis, alongside his father, Aaron Reis. Gotta wonder what's being said to him again. Hasn't had this much of a fight in front of him in quite some time.
If I were to guess, I would think that Ace, his dad, apparently he's taking on the nickname of his father, which is pretty cool, is telling him to slow down, calm it down, give a massive advantage on your feet, obviously, don't rush it, and just take your time, work your way in.
And maybe with a guy like Lian, does he go for some of those weird submissions, where he's trying to throw a leg up? Maybe he could have gotten up a little earlier in the round if he wasn't hunting for some of those off-the-wall submissions.
Yeah, and that's always the payout. That's always the give and take, right? If you're going for submissions off your back, that means you're staying on the floor. And Christian clearly here has a massive advantage on the feet. So
Sawm Lian jumps straight to the center of the cage. Christian Reis aims high for a head kick.
good hip toss there by Christian Reis.
Strength from Christian Reis.
Able to plant Sawm Lian right into his corner. Christian Reis trying to crawl up top. But Sawm Lian up onto nearly his feet now. Elevates up. But Christian Reis punishing the midsection now.
Yeah, those were hard knees by Christian against the foot. Oh, and a good right hand by Lian. Lian is waiting for that kick to come, and he is countering with that right hand hard.
Reis steps in, hits the ribs of Lian.
That one looked like it stunned Lian for a minute on the way in. Wow.
Back up and lifting is Lian.
I think he's got some fans.
Yeah, he's making one out of me right
a little
now.
bit. I think they're sweating a little bit on all the Christian Reis fans. Lian's giving him a fight.
Sawm Lian, 2 losses, both of them by unanimous decision. Interested to see how that could have played out because of the wrestler that he is. How is he losing the judges' scorecard?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, who beat this kid?
I was just thinking the same thing. 2 losses to who?
Yeah, to who? Right now, he's doing all the right things. He's got Christian in his corner right now.
Now, important to keep in mind, he is controlling this right now, but Christian's really not taking any damage, right? He's doing a really good job of keeping himself safe. He's controlling Lian's posture. He's holding him down, right? He's not allowing Lian to land any of these big shots.
Right now, he's landing shots, though. They might not be heavy, but he's in the judge's eyes, he's doing all the work.
It's more than nothing. You're certainly right
it's
about
more
that.
than nothing. You got one of the judges on their feet trying to make sure see all the action over there. Steve Farrader.
And this is where for pros, those elbows are so deadly, but an amateur, you can't do it, right? So what ends up happening is as an amateur, you have to make space to land your shots, and that space that you need to land your shots is the same space the guy on the bottom needs to get out, right?
Lian doing enough to not let Christian just hold him down there. He keeps posturing up and throws a few shots. He doesn't want Dave having him stand up from this position.
Yeah, Christian needs, well, now it might be a little too late, right? But he's just getting to cocoon, and he's not really doing anything from there.
Lian just like another big shot from the top.
It's almost like he's just kind of accepted that he's on the bottom, and he doesn't have any urgency to get up.
I was going to say, he just had his guard closed, and he still does.
I'll tell you what, though, against the guy who throws strikes as quick and explosive as Christian does, this is the perfect game plan.
Exactly what he needs to see a third round. Lots of competitiveness we've seen in both rounds. Same story. Christian Reis successful on the feet, but as soon as it gets down to the ground, he is permanently into the canvas until the close.
This could be 2-0 going into the third round by Lian.
Christian Reis got up and had a very long face when he looked at his dad. He looks like he's pretty tired. Lian didn't even sit down for a moment. He walked around before he had a seat. Look, I'm very interested to see how they come out here. I got to believe, though, that Christian's in phenomenal shape, right? High-level athlete. And I'll also tell you this, as someone who also owns a martial arts gym, when that puts a little bit of extra pressure on you, which can be hard, but the other thing it can do is it can make you get your ass in the training room and get those extra sessions in. You don't want to lose in front of your teammates, and you don't want to lose in front of your students, right?
Sawm Lian, a keen ear to his corners. Christian Reis up and ready for round number 3. Again, another title fight here. 5 potential rounds between these 2 welterweights.
You know, I talked to Zach Barton before this, and I said, I don't know how you're going to fight this. He just looked over at me and said, told you.
Nice body shot.
Did a little bit of that early on in round 2. Matching it here as Sawm Lian enters in once again.
That was a beautiful shot by Lian and really good by Christian to stop that single leg attack.
Is Christian going to be able to keep this up, though, because he's exerting a lot of energy?
He is, but Lian just got hit with a big shot. This kid, what is his freaking chin made out of?
I have no idea, but he just keeps coming forward. And now how gassed is Christian going to be? Because he just exerted a lot of energy fighting the takedown, and he threw some heavy shots, and he almost just gave that up.
Wow, man, Leon's like a Terminator, like a little wrestling Terminator, and that's a scary thing to deal with, right? When you have a guy who you can't really hurt on the feet, and then he's going to just continually spam takedowns on you, that's difficult to deal with.
Sawm Lian settling into the half guard of Reis.
Christian does a good job to get back to close guard there.
Closing in Lian, not trying to get any more damage thrown.
He needs to get working up from the bottom. Right now, he's just trying to hold Lian down, and that's not gonna. This is what's gonna happen.
Christian is not liking the shot. He's wincing. He's turning his head. He's not enjoying it by Lian. And this is getting bad now.
I think he's getting tired.
I think you're right. We were talking about this, right? When you have this high energy style, it's difficult to keep that up. Leon is smelling the blood.
And Christian was throwing. He was putting everything into those shots. Everything.
You can just never tell with a fight. On paper, you can just never tell what's going to happen.
Dave is looking really closely at this.
More of that wincing like you were talking about, Andrew, from Reis on bottom, trying to get his guard a little bit higher, but Sawm Lian has been constant with the punches.
Did you see how slow that high guard was?
Oh yeah,
he's really laboring now.
Still potentially about 7 minutes to go here in this one.
Christian is doing a good job of he is still protecting himself from a lot of these shots. He's got a really strong overhook here, but Leon, every time he gets a little bit of space, he lands 2 or 3 punches, and that is enough, right? It's enough to certainly win you the round, and it's definitely not comfortable when you're there on the bottom. And I'll tell you, getting punched in the face when you're on the bottom on the mat is a lot worse than getting hit when you're standing up. You can't move.
That head pressure from Lian is he's just all over Reis right now.
Of note, when talking about the weight between these two, Sawm Lian weighed in at 170. Christian Reis, a little bit lighter at 168. Got to wonder what those two rehydrated to overnight, Jason.
Yeah, they both look really big tonight.
It's always interesting. It's only 2 pounds, but it tells a whole story, doesn't it? Because if a guy is cutting all the way to 170 and he gets to 170 on the mark, by fight night, he might weigh closer to 190, right? As opposed to if you're 168, you might be close to that 170.
And I was there at weigh-ins, and the relief on Sawm Lian's face when he did make championship weight told a million stories as we head into round number 4. Slow to get down to the stool is Reis as we begin uncharted territory for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got that. He looks exhausted. He's got that long look on his face. His fight's not out of grasp for him.
But right now, if you're looking at body language, Lian looks like the fresher fighter.
He absolutely does. What Christian needs to do is he needs to settle down. He cannot come out with these high explosive movements, running into him, doing these jumping kicks, all this crazy stuff, because he's exhausted. He's got to settle down and get to his basics. Throw your jabs, circle, land your kicks after you've set them up with punches, and just slow down.
It's similar to like we talked about with Talon Carvalho. When he's out of the first round, he has not statistically won a fight. As for Christian Reis, 3 straight wins in the first round. Maybe he's become a little bit more explosive over the years.
And he's used to when he throws those big shots and they land, he's finishing the fight. He's not finishing the fight with those big shots. And as Andrew said, the Terminator over there just keeps coming.
Another thing that's worth noting, and I'm hesitant to even say this because Christian is so dangerous at the beginning of every round, but sometimes when you get into a fight that is harder than you thought it was going to be, things can go very badly very quickly. Here's Christian, right? Beginning of the round, every single time he's almost knocking him out.
This is where this is where I feel like you said he needs to take a step back because this is what's going to happen.
Right, exactly what I said, right?
Yep.
He's getting ahead of himself. He's going for the finish. You got to build the knockout. Sean Strickland famously said that. And now Christian's in a horrible spot.
And how defeated is that for you as a fighter? Because he landed some solid shots.
Dude, one of them was completely crisp from where we had it. The angle was perfect, and Sawm Lian keeps coming forward.
I will tell you from personal experience, when you crack a guy and you hurt him and they don't go away, it is a miserable experience.
Tyler's getting close to stopping this fight.
Yeah, Christian's got his hand pinned under there. Obviously, he knows how to get it out. I just don't think he has the energy to do it.
Yeah.
And this is... And now Leon's looking to wrap that arm up. If Leon can get a hold of that wrist and pull it to the other side, he's going to get this fight stopped. Yeah, this is very much looking like the beginning of the end for Christian Reis.
Constant cycle of offense by Sawm Lian. Dave Selyestead says that's enough. Sawm Lian TKOs his way to a welterweight title. All-time upset for the fighter out of family boxing.
Yeah, exactly 0 people thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, I want to know who these two guys that beat him are, because this kid, that was impressive. Like, he just walked through a guy that was 5-0, that has power. He ate the shots. He used his wrestling. He controlled this whole fight.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was an impressive performance. He went through adversity, took a lot of hard shots, and just wouldn't go away and stuck to his game plan. Very, very impressive fight, and it's going to get him a strap.
Sawm Lian came in the underdog. Call a spade 5-0 versus 2-2. You see it on paper, you go, I think I know who's going to get the nod. He flips the script on that.
Yeah, I think everybody in attendance tonight thought Christian Reis was going to come in here and dominate this fight, and it was anything but that.
Extremely impressive, right?
Very impressive.
To come in a spot where you're the B-side, right?
Yeah.
Like let's call it what it is. You're the B-side. And come in and I don't want to say dominate, but absolutely control the fight.
He pretty much dominated that whole fight.
It was really good showing by him.
A granite chin stops Christian Reis in his tracks, and Sawm Lian is about to be crowned the Fierce FC Amateur Welterweight Champion. Just about ready to cement this one. We're going to kick it inside to Jackson Hopes.
Fierce fans, referee Dave Selya said has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute and 11 seconds of the 4th round, declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed welterweight champion, Sawm the Burmese Hammer Lian.
I know you're a little gassed here, Sawm. That was an impressive performance. Dominant wrestling. Is that how you expected this fight to go?
Honestly, I wanted to strike first, but it hit way too hard. I have to wrestle him or else I'll get knocked out. So I had to wrestle him, and yeah.
He caught you with a big shot in that first round. How hurt were you?
I just blinked and I was on my butt. I just know I wasn't supposed to be there, you know?
Well, you got right back on top. You dominated the fight. What's next for you, man? Are we going to see you come back and defend the title?
Of course, we'll see what my coaches think. And after that, we can get more fights, definitely. And one more thing. I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and for everything He done in my life. Yeah, I wouldn't be here without Him. Everything He gave me, and first and foremost. And secondly, my family, my coaches over here, they all sacrifice their time and their life into this, so I just really appreciate it myself. Thank you.
Congratulations once again on dominant performance. Everybody give it up for your winner and new Fierce FC welterweight champion, Sawm Lian.